Has Nintendo dropped the ball by not including NES-specific Virtual Console store on the new NES Mini?
So, I don't remember what article it was that I was reading when the NES... it's the NES Classic. We keep
NES
calling it. We
Classic
keep calling it the Mini.
Well, everyone else is the NES Classic.
I keep calling it the Mini too. So I'm not like shitting on the guy. I'm just saying like I keep calling it that too. When it first came out, I read an article. I don't remember where, but they said, or it was rumored, that there was going to be some sort of eShop connectivity for NES titles, and obviously that's not the case. I don't think Nintendo's really dropped the ball. The thing's still going to sell like hotcakes. However, I do think that would have been a fantastic addition to it. I understand Nintendo not wanting to do expansion cards or SD cards because that would have made it a lot easier to hack, blow open, fill it with ROMs, etc., which is obviously not something they want.
Because people have done that with the Wii.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want any sort of real interface on the outside for them to be able to do that because obviously that like I said, it makes it easier to do so. But I think, some sort of it would have increased the price a bit, but I think they could have been looking at a lot more money to be made off of this if they included a way to access an NES-specific eShop. I don't know what it would have taken from them, but I don't know that it would have been that difficult for them to be able to allow you to access it and download additional
They
Nintendo
would have had
games.
to have an entire interface and software built into this.
Okay.
Increase the cost. I think the cost would have went up tremendously if they had to do that. Because then you need an Ethernet port or some sort of Wi-Fi adapter built into it.
I figured they would have just abandoned the Ethernet and gone Wi-Fi.
Okay, so you do that. You have to have software support just continually onwards, updating servers. With this, you don't need servers. This is just software. That's it forever. Software upgrades, people working behind the scenes. This is all costs that they have to work in. So I'm not sure what that would be, but you're not looking at any longer a $60 console. It might be a $90, $100 console. And then is that really something you're going to buy for Christmas? And,
fair enough.
Everything done in business, obviously, is done on cost-benefit analysis. What is the potential benefit of them including that versus the cost of sales?
Okay.
Because remember, they're already paying the license to get those games on there to begin with. So now then, I don't know what the deals are between the ones already on the virtual shops, but they might have to go back out and get those separately for a device like this. It could be maybe because aren't there different games on the Wii versus the Wii U?
Yeah,
shops?
you're absolutely right.
They might have to go back there and renegotiate for every fucking game separately.
They're already selling these quote-unquote ROMs and games cheaper than they normally do on the Virtual Console at roughly $2.99 a piece as opposed to $4.99 a piece. Okay, this is making more sense now. Yeah. Plus, at $60 for one of these, that's the price of a new game. This is an impulse purchase. Yeah, you're right. You're probably raising this to about $90 to $100. It's no longer an impulse purchase. This is a more serious buy. So, well, it would be nice functionality. It probably knocks it out of the range of selling these to everyone to selling these to a more selective audience.
I think even if you raise it to 80 or 90, you're going to have people say, there's a reason I try to keep the cost down. I hate to bring up the book. $60 versus 80 or 90, psychologically, while it's only a third more money, that's a lot more money.
No, 60 is a price point that I think psychologically in people's head is a limit for a lot of things.
Yeah. Once you go to $90 or 100, you're like, ooh, now I got to think about
even
that.
70, I think. For a lot of people, like I said, psychologically 60 is
It's a AAA title cost,
yeah,
right? Which it's remained steady for like 20, 25 years for that, just about 20 years. And then they're underselling themselves too, because then if you buy the $60 NES Classic Edition, Nintendo then has to sell these ROMs for $1 each, and they can't do that when they're being sold on the other consoles for $4 or $5.
Yep. Okay.
You just can't.
Yeah, fair enough.